Bayern Munich just made a catastrophic mistake, and Harry Kane knows it. What I'm about to reveal will shock every single football fan watching this video right now. There's a secret clause in Kane's contract that could tear apart German football, and no one is talking about it. Before I expose everything, smash that subscribe button on Cyberboot, because in the next 8 minutes, you'll witness the transfer bombshell that will define the 2025 summer window. The clock is ticking. And Bayern might lose their $100 million striker for peanuts. But here's where it gets interesting. Welcome back to Cyberboot, where we break down football's biggest stories with tactical insight and real analysis. I'm your host, and today we're diving into something that could reshape the entire Premier League landscape. Harry Kane. The name that needs no introduction. England's captain. Bayern Munich's goal machine. 44 goals in his debut Bundesliga season. A striker operating at the absolute peak of his powers at 31 years old. But here's what the mainstream media isn't telling you. Recent reports from multiple German sources have uncovered something explosive in Kane's Bayern contract. Something that could force a dramatic return to English football. And the deadline? It's approaching fast. But before we get into the clause itself, we need to understand why this matters. Why would Kane even consider leaving Bayern when he's finally winning trophies? When he's scoring for fun in the Bundesliga? The answer lies in something deeper, something psychological, something that's been eating at Harry Kane since August 2023. Let me paint you a picture. Alan Shearer, 260 Premier League goals, the record that stood for over 2 decades. The ultimate crown in English football. Harry Kane, 213 Premier League goals. He needs just 48 more goals to become the greatest goalscorer in Premier League history. 48 goals. Now you might be thinking, he's 31, he's at Bayern, that record is gone, right? Wrong. Here's the tactical reality. Kane is currently averaging 0.89 goals per game in the Bundesliga. If he returned to the Premier League and maintained even 70% of that rate, roughly 0.62 goals per game, he would need approximately 77 league matches to break Shearer's record. That's 2 full Premier League seasons, maybe less if he finds his elite form. And this is where the psychology comes in. Kane has won the Bundesliga. He'll likely win more trophies with Bayern. But does Bayern Munich define legacies in England? Does winning in Germany erase the Harry Kane has no trophies memes that haunted him for years? Or does it just move the conversation? I want you to answer this in the comments. If you were Harry Kane, would you chase the Shearer record or stay at Bayern for guaranteed trophies? Drop your answer below, because this decision is more complex than it seems. But here's where this story takes an insane twist. According to reports that emerged in November 2024 from German outlet Bild and corroborated by multiple sources, Harry Kane's contract at Bayern Munich contains a release clause. Not just any clause. A player-activated release clause. The fee, approximately $57 million, that's $65 million USD. Now let me put that in perspective for you. Bayern Munich paid Tottenham $100 million for Kane in 2023. They got one of the world's elite strikers, still in his prime, a player who's just delivered 44 goals in his first season. And they can lose him for $57 million. But here's the real kicker. And this is what the big channels aren't emphasizing. That clause expires at the end of January 2025. We're talking weeks away, not months, weeks. From a tactical and business standpoint, this is borderline negligent from Bayern. They're one of the most sophisticated clubs in world football, yet they've given their star striker an escape route at a cut price fee. Why would they do this? Theory 1. Bayern were desperate to sign Kane in 2023. Tottenham held all the leverage. Kane wanted the move. So, Bayern had to compromise. Theory 2. They genuinely believed Kane would be so happy in Munich that he'd never activate it. But now we're seeing cracks. Kane has recently stated he's open to extending his Bayern contract. Note the language open, not committed, not definitely extending. Open. This is the same Harry Kane who's a master of PR, the same player who forced his way out of Tottenham after years of loyalty. He knows how to play the media game. So here's my second question for you. Do you think Kane's openness to extending is genuine? Or is he keeping his options open while that clause sits there like a loaded gun? Comment below. I'm reading every single one. Alright, so let's say Kane does activate that clause. Let's say he decides the Shearer record is worth more than Bayern's dominance. Where does he go? Let me break down the realistic options, and trust me, some of these will surprise you. Manchester United. The Red Devils are in desperate need of a world-class striker. Rasmus Højlund is talented, but raw. Joshua Zirkzee hasn't convinced. United have the money, the history, and they're building something under their new ownership. The tactical fit? Perfect. Kane would thrive in a system that creates chances, and United create plenty. They just can't finish them. And Kane's movement, his link-up play, his finishing? That's a title-challenging team. Plus, imagine Kane breaking Shearer's record in a United shirt. The narrative writes itself. Chelsea have spent over £1 billion in recent years, but they still don't have an elite number 9. Nicholas Jackson shows promise, but he's inconsistent. Todd Boehly has proven he's not afraid of big money moves. Kane at $57 million. That's a bargain in today's market. Chelsea could build an entire attack around Kane's intelligence and give him the service he needs. The question, would Kane want to join a project that's still finding its identity? The shock return to Tottenham. Now this would break the internet. Spurs are flying under Ange Postecoglou. They play high-intensity, attacking football. Kane would fit that system like a glove. He basically is that system from his years there. But here's the complication. Kane left on difficult terms. Daniel Levy held him hostage for years. Would Kane swallow his pride for one last dance at the club he loves? And crucially, would Tottenham pay $57 million for a 31-year-old striker when they're building for the future? But there's one more option that nobody is discussing. Arsenal. Hear me out. Arsenal are genuine title contenders. They have the system, the manager, the momentum. But their striker situation is precarious. Gabriel Jesus is injury-prone. Kai Havertz is a false 9 at best. Arsenal need a world-class number 9 to win the Premier League. And Kane scoring 25-plus goals in an Arsenal shirt? That's a championship team. Yes, the Tottenham connection makes it controversial. But Kane said multiple times his priority is winning. Arsenal can offer that and the Shearer record chase. So here's my final question before we wrap this up. Which club should Kane join if he leaves Bayern? United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, or somewhere else entirely? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me why. Let's debate this. Now, here's where this story becomes critical. That $57 million release clause, it expires at the end of January 2025. Bayern are currently in contract extension talks with Kane. According to reports, they want to tie him down long-term and likely remove or increase that clause. If Kane signs that extension, this entire story dies. The Shearer record chase becomes nearly impossible. His legacy becomes tied to Bayern Munich. But if he doesn't sign, if he lets January pass without extending, then we know. We know he's keeping that door open. We know he's considering a return to English football. The next 4 to 6 weeks will define Harry Kane's legacy. Will he become a Bayern Munich legend, winning multiple Bundesliga titles and maybe even a Champions League? Or will he return to England, chase immortality, and cement his name above Alan Shearer as the greatest goalscorer the Premier League has ever seen? One thing's for certain, the clock is ticking, and Bayern Munich are sweating. So there you have it, the Harry Kane transfer bombshell that could explode in January. Before you go, I need you to do 3 things. If you're not already subscribed to Cyberboot, hit that subscribe button right now. We're bringing you the tactical breakdowns, the transfer scoops, and the analysis that the mainstream media won't give you. Smash that like button if you want to see Kane back in the Premier League. Get down in the comments and answer those questions I asked you. Would you chase the Shearer record or stay at Bayern for trophies? Is Kane's openness to extending genuine or strategic? And which club should Kane join if he leaves? I'm reading every comment, and I want to hear your take. Let's build the biggest football community on YouTube right here at Cyberboot. The transfer window drama is just beginning. Kane's decision could trigger a domino effect across Europe, and we'll be here to break it all down. Until next time, this has been Cyberboot. Stay tactical, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.